Welcome to Honeybee Yoga Studio. My name's Lindsay, and I release yoga classes aimed at making you feel fantastic. Today we're going to enjoy a standing flow. We're going to work on our balance. We're going to stretch out our legs, our lower body, and we're going to have some fun. If you'd like to grab a chair to help support the balance portion of our flow, you're more than welcome to. And with that being said, let's get started. So we're going to come to standing. We feel those heels underneath our hips. Feel that crown of our head reaching tall. Let's let our hands come to our sides. Palms of our hands shining forward. Let's take a couple deep breaths. Start to feel your breath as it travels in and out of your body. Feel that mind to breath to body connection. Let's take 2 more breaths here in stillness. Eventually we'll bring a wiggle to those fingertips. And with our next inhale, let's sweep our fingertips high and up to the sky. And then let them fall heavy back down by our sides as we exhale. Let's do that a couple more times. Start to invite some movement, some space into our bodies. Maybe your gaze lifts. Let's do that one more time. Big inhale. Let's keep those fingertips tall and take a full stretch. Maybe step those feet a little bit wider than hip distance. That right hand comes to our right hip. Reach that left hand all the way to the right side. Feel that left hip pulling to the left side of the room. Your gaze comes up to the ceiling and we feel lots of space coming in through that left hip, left side body. Enjoy another breath here, and then we'll slowly make our way to the opposite side. So inhaling both hands up back to the sky, and then left hand to our left hip, right hand reaches to the left side. Maybe that gaze comes up to the ceiling. Let's take one more big breath, big inhale. And exhale. We'll feel that right hand come all the way down towards our right hip. Feel those feet get a little bit wider than hip distance apart if they weren't already. Let's bring our hands to clasp at our low spine. Take an inhale to lift that chest and our gaze, and as you exhale, let's begin to forward fold. You can have a generous or gentle bend in those knees. We can let those hands stay resting at our low spine, or if you'd like to, you can reach them up to the sky, stretching through those shoulders, your collarbone. We're going to hang out here for a couple of breaths. If we have a bend in those knees, we might start to lengthen our legs just a little bit, start to bring a stretch into those hamstrings. Let's take one more big breath, and then use that exhale to release our hands to the earth. Let's keep that right hand beneath our nose, pressing into the earth, and lift that left hand up to the sky. It might feel good to bend into your left knee and shift your weight a little bit to that left side. Maybe your right leg lengthens a little bit, kind of like a little miniature side lunge. With that left hand lifted, let's take a rotation through our left wrist in one direction, and then in the opposite. And we'll bring that left hand back to the earth, placing it beneath midline and reaching our right hand tall. So this time maybe shifting, releasing a little bit of our weight into that right leg, into that right knee, bending as our left leg lengthens. Again, we'll rotate that wrist in one direction and then in the opposite. We'll bring both hands back into the earth. Take any organic movements here that might feel good for you. Finish stretching out that low body. And then when we're ready, we'll heel toe those feet to come underneath our hips. We're going to feel that spine parallel the earth. Big inhale in our halfway lift. And then we'll exhale to melt forward and then slowly unwind our spine, coming all the way up tall. Reach those fingertips up to the sky and bring our hands to our hips. Let's lift that right knee and we'll step our right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Reach both arms forward. Right arm crosses underneath our left elbow. Those hands might come together. Maybe our hands come to our shoulders. Whatever version of eagle arms feels good for us as we lift those hands up to the sky, sink into that front left knee. Challenging our balance a little bit here, still warming up that low body. Let's take another big inhale, lift those arms, and then exhale. Release our arms, step back up to the front. Hands back to those hips. This time lifting our left knee and stepping that left foot all the way back. Keep that left heel lifted, sinking into that front right knee. We'll inhale those arms forward. Taking the opposite configuration, left under right arm. And again, you can reach your hands to your shoulders, reach your hands, palms towards fingertips. Let's reach those fingertips up to the sky. Sink and settle into that front right knee. One or two breaths here. Keep those hands lifting. And then exhale, release those arms. And step that left foot forward. Feel our feet come to about hip distance apart. So we move to our balancing sequence. If we'd like to grab that chair, now's a good time. Take a peek down at those feet, and we'll feel our left heel lift off of the earth. Left knee bends, and let's lift that left knee. Left foot comes off the earth. As we start to challenge our balance, maybe your gaze comes to something in the room that isn't moving. Embody that stillness. We're going to take that left hand and either place it on the outside of our left knee or hook it under the crook of our left knee. We're going to gently guide that left knee to open to the left side. You can keep that left knee bent, or if you'd like, you can extend that left leg long. Option to take those left peace fingers, reach towards that left toe, and extend your left leg with the support of your peace fingers on your toe. Wherever you are, keep that gaze strong. If the wind comes and knocks you over, no worries, just come back. Slowly make your way back. Wherever we are, let's feel that knee come back to bend in front of us. Kind of a neutral, lifted posture here. Hands come back to our hips. Let's feel the sole of that left foot come into our right shin, our right calf, as we find our version of tree. Now you can take those toes to the ground if you prefer. You can take those toes above your knee, if that's your jam. As long as we don't have that foot on our knee joint, because she's pretty sensitive. We've been hanging out here for a couple of breaths. That right foot might be feeling a little bit of warmth. Let's take one more big inhale. Left knee's opening to the left side. That gaze is steady. And slow and with control, we'll release that left foot, lift that left knee, and then release that left foot back to the earth. Awesome. We're going to do that on the opposite side. So that left foot presses into the earth. This time our right heel lifts onto our right toes. Right knee bends, and let's lift that right leg. So once again, that gaze might come to something that is nice and still, that isn't moving. Keeping that gaze on something, using our drishti, we can help to embody that stillness. From here, right hand to the outside of that right knee. Again, we can hook those fingertips underneath if we want to help guide that right knee to open to the right side. We're going to hang out here for a few breaths. Option to lengthen that right leg, or taking those right peace fingers, reaching them to those toes, and extending that right leg long. And again, if the wind comes and knocks you over, or if a furry friend or a little human comes by and knocks you over, no big deal. We'll just come back to wherever we were and enjoy the posture as is. We'll take one more breath in whatever variation of our hand to big toe posture we are in. And then we'll come back to that kind of neutral lifted knee. Hands to our hips, and we'll slowly make our way into our version of tree. So this time that right sole of our foot presses somewhere into that left calf, left shin. Maybe those right toes come all the way to the ground. Perfectly fine. Or maybe that right foot comes above your left knee. And maybe we experiment with our arms, putting them somewhere a little different than we had them last time. Challenge our balance a little bit more. Let's take one more big inhale. And with that exhale, we'll release that foot, that right foot from our left shin, and slowly bring that right foot back to the earth. Awesome. Take a moment to rotate those ankles, walk them out, and we'll move into our final balancing sequence in our short flow here. So letting our weight transfer back into that right foot. We're going to bend at our left knee, reach towards that left foot with our left hand, that left ankle. We can stay right here, squeezing that left heel towards our left bum cheeker. Let's reach that right hand forward. This can be a pretty good balance challenge as it is. If you like to, you can start to reach that right hand forward as you hinge at your hips. That left knee is lifting behind you. That hand to foot connection is pressing together and lifting away from your body. Let's enjoy whatever version of dancer feels good for us today. Again, that gaze, hopefully staying still. Let's take another big inhale. And as we exhale, keep that hand to foot connection together, but we're just gonna lift to standing tall. Let's slowly, do as I say, not as I do. Slowly release that left foot all the way to the ground. We'll move to the opposite side, give those ankles a little wiggle, a little shake. And this time we're gonna bend into our right knee, reach towards that right foot. Again, right here can be a great place to be. Or if you'd like, you can reach your left hand forward. Maybe starting to hinge at our hips. That right knee lifting behind us. Our hand to foot connection pressing together, lifting away from our body. Woo. Wind comes, it happens, knocked me over. Doesn't matter though, I'm just gonna slowly make my way back to where I was. Reconnect with my breath, my body. And then slow and controlled, we'll release. Sometimes the slow, controlled release is harder than the pose itself. And that right foot comes back down. Awesome, those feet will come nice and wide, wider than our hips. Let's inhale and sweep our hands up to the sky. And exhale, forward fold, Hinging at those hips, hands come towards the earth. Let that head hang heavy. Let your shoulders and your arms pull your spine in one direction. While that tailbone lifts, tugging at those hamstrings. Let's take a couple breaths here. Give those legs a little bit of relief, a little bit of respite. If there's any organic movements you'd like to take, feel free to do that. Let's really focus on our last 2 breaths here. Take them extra big, extra long, extra deep. A big inhale and an extra slow exhale. Let's do that one more time. Deep inhale, fill all the way up to your fingertips and your toes. And then as you exhale, slowly start to unwind your spine. Coming back tall, all the way up to standing. As that chin lifts, option to reach those fingertips sky high. Last full body stretch. And then exhale those hands by our sides. And we're finished. I hope you feel fantastic. I hope you enjoyed our little yoga flow, our little balance flow. If you did, I would love if you left a comment below. Let me know what you enjoyed. Give this video a thumbs up, and I would love for you to consider being a subscriber. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.